Hi Aquarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for August 2009. And in general, this is a more light-hearted, playful period for you. Close relationships are highlighted, and particularly children and leisure activities and anything creative, innovative, and also competitive as well. So close relationships are strengthened through joint effort this month. Teamwork is the way to go, and that's at work, but also sharing the load with someone else, which is advantageous to you both, and that might be in your personal side of your life as well as work. And support for you with daily chores is more likely at this time. So there's likely to be somebody around whose competency you trust, whose efficiency you trust, or at least you're giving them a tryout. And either way, it is more likely this month that things will go smoothly with anybody that you're working in a team with, or anybody who is rendering a service to you, who's giving you of their expertise, of their knowledge, of their skills. So if now this can be related to health, and if it is related to health, then you could find a sympathetic therapist or medical practitioner, somebody who really knows what they're doing and who also you resonate with very well. So it could be that you find the right mechanic, hairdresser, plumber, travel guide, whatever it is. Also, Reiki practitioner, a reflexologist, astrologer. Anybody who can really help you, aid you and abet you in what you're doing. In fact, some of you could have a romantic encounter with somebody in this kind of similar context, or in a working environment, or with a customer, or indeed you're the customer. It could just be, you come in off the street into a store somewhere, and bingo. That's a kind of sort of a ballpark kind of figure of how this energy can work, but it doesn't necessarily have to work that way at all. That's just a few examples, just throwing pebbles into the pond here. Also, the energy could relate to your working environment as well, and again, you're likely to get the tools that you need, not just the people or the environment itself. Maybe you get the chance to do it up. Maybe you find somewhere new to work from, which fits much better with you and your tastes. Now, recently the triple conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune and Chiron will have raised your hopes, made you want to reach, very idealistically for the highest, very much you're aspiring towards, this humanitarian ideal maybe, and others, they might not be feeling quite the same way and see you as acting unrealistically, even unreasonably, chasing an impossible dream. But you know what? Without dreams, without an ideal, how could anything ever in history have materialized into this very narrow reality that we live in? Aquarius, your sign Aquarius, it rules, among other things, aviation and space travel, and without the crazy dreams and fantasies of certain visionaries and inventors and scientists of the past, and that's another thing that Aquarius rules, science and maths, the fantasy of flight and space travel could never have been manifested into this dimension that we live in. So hang on to your dreams, but to realize them, you have to have common sense. You've got to plug them into that earth socket to kind of sing them into reality in some way, a yearning, a desiring them into reality. And of course it's not just that, it's hard work as well, and funding, which is a real sort of key feature to bringing any kind of reform or anything new, and time and hard work as well. It's easy enough to hypothesize, it's easy enough to play with ideas and theories, it's so easy to theorize, but the practical reality is practical reality is what you need to support these dreams and ideals, and during August, through teamwork, through pulling together, you're very likely to be able to lullaby something into reality. So working in this kind of cooperative sort of way, but you really do need to work very hard and be very patient when you're waiting to get it right, you know, because your integrity and your value system could just miss where others are coming from. So you know, bridges can be built, but that's what takes the time, and that's where the kind of the blood, sweat and tears is. And for others of you, you know, this could be a financial situation, it could be a property could be involved here as well. It could be intellectual property, it doesn't have to be physical property, where you've got to get, you know, some kind of platform, some kind of basic agreement so that you can move forwards. And you're likely to be able to work in a cooperative way with somebody this month. Communications are all important, especially those that spring from the heart, Aquarius, not just the head. You're a very head orientated sign, but actually this month the heart and the gut. You know, what you know in your bones is right, and what, you know, timing is everything in this dimension we live in, because we live in time. So you'll sense, you know, and this isn't clock time I'm talking about here. You'll sense that better this month, but you need to stop your brain chattering in order to hear it. But I think you're going to have your head deeply entrenched into things which really matter to you, and which you feel you're sensing, and you're wanting to get to the bottom line. You're wanting to get to this key insight. And also during this month, it may be necessary for you to do a bit of digging and delving in order to root out any undermining elements in the woodwork. So a productive month, and also a time when you can feel empowered through your love relationships. That's your downtime. That's your, let's just push all that to one side and go out and kind of boogie or party, or just, you know, be with children, be with animals, be with the people who you feel good being with, and enjoy sharing with. And then when you least expect it, that idea could just switch on in your head. Well, that's it for August. If you know your rising sign, have a listen to that too.